Well, welcome back for another Hoi4 video, where today we shall be taking a look into Bulgaria in normal Kaiserreich. And yes, you heard me right, I'm talking about normal Kaiserreich and not Kaiserreich. uh, well, basically it's because with the release of the new update, I say new, but this was actually released like 1.5 months ago, so there was a secret path that was added for Bulgaria if it manages to basically go full NSIG mode and defeats the Belgrade and the Ottomans in 6 months. So let's get right into it. This will also serve as a kind of guide for anyone who's interested and wants to try this at home. And let me tell you, it is a challenge to make it all work out, but it's kinda enjoyable until you reach a certain thing that I'm gonna talk about later, but at the start of the game, there will be a timer for a decision, or yeah, where you have to decide to go either full monarchist or maintain democracy, or you can go with the Shbeno coup, like the military coup, I think, or something like that. And here, what we want to do is go full monarchist. So when the timer starts, a few events will pop out about some politicians trying to repeal a law or something like that. And yes, you can tell by this point that yeah, I recorded this gameplay like 1.5 months ago. But okay, um, and they will try to vote for it to repeal it, something like that. So what we want to do is like use the decisions to make sure that the politicians be, vote for the law that so it's passed, so the Tsar has full power. To avoid, also we would like to avoid the Shveno coup at all costs, to make sure that they don't get in power. What you want to do is basically fix the economy as soon as possible, as if you don't take the right focuses after the Black Monday, they can get some power and they will try a coup. If you do everything right, then Tsar Ferdinand will consolidate power, and basically that's step one done. The next step we'll want to is to prepare for the war with both the Ottomans and the Belgrade Pact. And yes, we will need to fight both the Ottomans and the Belgrade Pact at the same time. So what you want to do is basically not try to befriend them through one of the focuses, as if you don't pick that one of the focuses, the Ottomans will intervene when the Belgrade Pact invades. At this point, for the prepare for war, try to get pick the all the military focuses as possible, and try to get the one where you can get German support, as you will really need as much troops as possible. At this point, you may have seen that my troops placement is a bit off. And the reason is that there is no real way to defeat both the Belgrade Pact and the Ottomans trying to hold the borders that you have. So instead, I decided to move my troops, to retreat my troops to some favorable positions to buy me some time. And why is this? Well, at least when the update had just released, the game was programmed, or the mod was made so that when the war started, Serbia would have been the only major. So if you managed to capitulate Serbia in time, the war would have been over. So for that, I decided to retreat some of my forces to more favorable terrain in both the Romanian and the Greek front, all meanwhile making the whole front smaller. So I would have had an easier time defending and rushing Serbia down. And really, this was actually kinda easy considering how Serbia is kinda weak with this update. So if you concentrate your best divisions on them, you can defeat their army pretty quickly, and that's what I did. I just rushed for Belgrade. I cut them from Romania to avoid reinforcements from arriving, and just rushed for the other victory points. Although actually try not to end the war so quickly, as we still need the Ottomans to intervene for all of this to work. So with Serbia defeated, both Greece and Romania just peaced out, and the reason we wanted the Ottomans to intervene is so we can take Constantinople for ourselves, and since the Belgrade Pact is no longer a threat, we can send the entire army to deal with the Ottomans, And since they are so widespread out throughout their empire, I managed to take Constantinople relatively quickly and relatively easily. And so, if you manage to do all of these things in 180 days or 6 months, a special decision will appear to activate, well, the Special 3 and proclaim the Third Bulgarian Empire. With all of this done, I managed to drive out the Turks from Thrace into Anatolia, and they decided to ask for peace, giving me Constantinople in the process. And finally, I could do what I was here to do. Also, I decided to release Serbia and Montenegro since I really did not want to deal with those guys. But as you will see later, they will still come back to mess with you because the Kaiserreich devs love putting shitty minigames, especially with this newest patch in Bulgaria and Serbia that no one wants to do. But anyhow, by taking the focus, well, I got a new darker green color that I must say it looks beautiful, a name change, and also a nice new flag. All around, pretty cool cosmetic changes. But what kind of a Balkan hegemon we would be if we did not invade our neighbors? At this point I want to make a disclaimer. I want to clarify that this is a Swedish World War II map game, so please do not start a fight in the comments over what countries are in the Balkans. Dealing with you is pretty annoying. And while normally I would have continued the montage, so taking down everyone in the Balkans, well, I would have done that, but guess what? Remember the whole rant about the shitty minigames? Well, guess what? They are here. In a nutshell, a Serbian man goes f some shit up and then decides to move around Serbia and Montenegro. And if you decide to go to war during all of this process, they will decide to revolt. So let me take care of this bullshit to continue the campaign.
3 days later.
After basically a year of doing nothing other than just moving troops around Serbia and Montenegro, that shithead is now dead. And you can clearly tell just by the tone of my voice that even after a month of recording this, I'm still pissed at this shitty minigame. But with those guys gone, let's actually take our revenge on the Greeks and the Romanians. With both Greece and Romania gone, there was only one enemy left. So it was finally time to teach those Ottomans a lesson once again, and since they are dealing with the Kaiserreich Pact, this should be easy, right? Well, yes, but actually no. My first army managed to cross into Anatolia, but the second could not. So I had to send a few divisions, well, actually just one division, to deal with just a single Ottoman division that was entrenched in a fucking hill. Kinda embarrassing, really. After the second army crossed into Anatolia, everything was going fine, but then suddenly the Kaiserreich Pact peaced out, and now the rest of the Ottoman army was en route to defend the mountains. And if you know anything about this game and mountains, well, they're not fun to break through. With the sick man of Europe now completely gone, it's time to celebrate and prove ourselves as the rightful successor to the Eastern Roman Empire. And would you look at that, I consider that a true successor to the Eastern Roman Empire, because I basically control all of what the Eastern Roman Empire had in 1066. So I'm gonna leave it here. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, this kind of semi-guide to this path for Bulgaria. I have to say, it was actually pretty fun to do, except for that shitty mini game. But oh well. This was the Factus Expert signing off.